and my husband, we're so gracious to you guys for doing that. We got to enjoy Vegas some extra days. Thank God, because we didn't have a boss to say, hey, can I take off and can I use some of my vacation time? No, we are our own boss. And it is such a good feeling because this is what this industry is about. It will give you the time and the freedom if you choose to do it. Again, some people like their jobs, some people are essential workers, and that's what they want to do. And that is fine. We need you guys. We love on you. But guess what? I chose the other route. I did not want to work for anybody. And I told my folks a long time ago when I was working at Independence Blue Cross for about 18 years, I was in the management, and I had several people that was working for me. And I used to always tell them, hey guys, y'all know y'all can fire me at any time, but I guarantee you, I will be firing my boss. And they would laugh. They would just laugh. And I was so serious, but I just kept on working. And I'm going to tell you what I did. We all get the same 24 hours, right? But I condensed that time down because, again, I was at my job, I was working, but I had a break time. So I found time to work my business on break time. Then I also had time on my lunchtime. So I would eat my lunch, but I also would be making calls. I also would be doing three-way calls with what my other business that took me off my job. But guys, I'm just letting you know, find the time. You can get the time because we all have the same 24 hours. It's just a matter of what are you willing to give up? And I was willing to give up my lunch hour and talking to just friends. I was just willing to eat a sandwich and talk on the phone and do three-ways. I was willing to sneak in conference rooms and do a three-way when I got a phone call, and I was just willing to do things that, hey, others may not be willing to do. But again, and then of course, when I got off work, I had to spend more time doing my business. So again, you can find the time in the day if you really, really want to. So whatever you choose to do, again, is up to you. But I'm here. Tim is here. You'll have Coach Britt and Josh here. They're all willing. Everybody's here to give up their time to help you build your business. So with that, I'm going to turn it over. I was trying to see if I could kill some time, bring but I don't see them. I don't see them yet. So, but without further ado, I'm going to bring up Josh and Britt. I hope you guys didn't miss that fire starter call, but if you did, guess what? We have them here on this Saturday training call, and you will have a chance to hear Britt's story. I love what you said yesterday on the fire starter call, and then Josh, his story. So without further ado, if you don't know who they are, guys, get to know Josh and Britt. They are I call it the power couple, and they did a phenomenal job also in Vegas. So without further ado, meet the hustlers, because every day they hustle, man. Every day they hustle. I love you guys. Turn it over. Can y'all hear?
Yep, we sure
I'm going to do that.
Yeah, it looks like Tim actually just popped back on. So before me, I'm gonna pass to Tim because he may want to. He literally just popped.
Tim actually has some announcements for anybody that is new on this call. Let me just tell you, Tim is our Crown Diamond. He was the first Crown Diamond. Matter of fact, he was the first diamond. He was the first Crown Diamond. And he is somebody that I tell you, when I say he knows the information, he is somebody that has definitely positioned himself on the other side of the money, not just in this company, but in 3 other companies. He has always made it to the top of the pinnacle level of the marketing plan, have made over millions of dollars. And he is my best friend. He is what I've named him the AKA Terminator, because when I tell you he will shut it down, he will shut it down, and you may not like him. But one thing I can tell you about Tim, he is somebody that you don't want to mess with, because he has already built up the mental toughness that you can't even begin to bother him. He just don't care. He's like, I wish I could be more like him, that just don't care. Because they tell me, Des, if you don't care and get in really beast mode, you would kill this thing even more. But I always care. But anyway, he's somebody that you can really learn from. and he'll give it to you without any chaser. So without further ado, I want to bring up my good friend, Mr. AKA the Terminator, known as Timbo.
Hey, Des, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Don't drop off no more.
Oh, man, I think I've got a bad connection over here and I was zapped out. But hello, everybody. Welcome to today's call. I'm going to be real brief and quick. I'll just tell everybody I am just out of my skin this morning. I am excited. You know, I never saw this coming when we got started with LiveGood. We were a little old affiliate program and it wasn't any money in it. We had the regular matrix. We didn't have the generational matching that we have in here now. We didn't have the Powerline marketing system that we have built in here now. And guys, it was just a different animal until December the 13th of last year. Ben turned the switch on. And on that day, we went international. The generational matching compensation plan was placed in here, which has never been done before. And literally with that Powerline marketing system, the rest is history. But the reason I'm excited is because we are literally in the midst of really a new launch. I named it LiveGood 2.0 because what you're going to see over the next few weeks, next few months, the next 90 days is you're going to see a lot of things coming to LiveGood, guys. If you haven't noticed, we've already dropped 2 products within the last month. We dropped our whey protein. It's flying off the shelves. But then, oh boy, when we launched this lean product, it went bananas. I mean, we did 100,000 orders of this product in the first day. We literally sold out. I think right now you can still order it. Make sure you get your lean if you need to lose weight, you want to lose weight. What lean basically does is help you lose weight. It makes you feel full, but at the same time, it's an enhanced formula. Let me explain that to everybody. Years ago, about 13 years ago, I was involved in a company called Skinny Body Care, and Ben Galinsky owned that company, and we literally marketed a weight loss product called Skinny Fiber. And that product was amazing. I mean, people were shredding pounds like crazy. But then Ben walked away from the industry. But in that company, I made $4.8 million, had a lot of fun, met a lot of amazing people. But all good things must come to an end. Ben was burnt out. Ben was done. Ben, he felt awful selling people a product that literally was costing $8 to $12. He probably got that product cheaper because he actually bought a company out that had it and couldn't move it, so he bought it, and then we sold millions of bottles of it. But to make a long story short, they basically taken that same product and brought it back, and that's why it's blowing off the shelves, because everybody remembers Skinny Fiber that ever took that product. But this is the enhanced formula. It also helps you maintain muscle mass. Not just losing the pounds, but you got to be careful with just losing weight because you want to maintain that muscle. And I know Britt and Josh will talk further about that because they are the health gurus. But yeah, we launched these 2 products. We've got more and more products coming out. If you've been on the calls, we have the woman's hormone formula coming out. That's going to be dropping here within the next couple of weeks. We have the hydration packets coming out. That's going to be explosive. I know I can't wait on that product because everybody has to stay hydrated and so much more. Oh yeah, and the children's gummies are coming out. And you remember now, what makes us different on the product side is all of our products are certified, meaning they have third-party lab testing. All of our products are USD certified. And I challenge all of you, when you get off of this Zoom today, go to Google and just put in USDA certification. You're going to go to the government's website, and it's going to show you the qualifications to get that. It's not easy, and it's very expensive, and it's a lot of testing that has to be done. But this stuff is USDA certified, and it is organic, meaning it's clean. And I'm not going to get into it, but if you ever get on the Monday calls, you know that our developers that make these products literally know the farms that they're coming from. They know how it's processed. All of our products are GMO free, and all of our products are clean. And what I mean by that, I bet you when these gummies come out, they're probably going to be white or clear because we don't add any chemicals. We don't add any coloring. We don't add any preservatives for shelf life or any of that nonsense that we shouldn't be putting in our bodies. This stuff is 100% clean, and our products is something you can be proud of. But what I want to share with all of you this morning is we are not a product company. I get it all the time. People say, you're a nutritional company, and I don't want to do nutrition. Listen, we are not a nutritional company. We are a membership company that has an affiliate compensation plan. The first company on planet Earth that's taken membership marketing and adding an affiliate compensation plan that pays us on memberships. We are basically just like Costco, just like Amazon. Every business in this country, literally in the world, is going to a membership model. I mean, you can pay $39 a month, $49 a month, and get unlimited car washes. At these car washes starting to go into memberships, gyms. You think about it. Again, Costco, Amazon Prime. People pay a small monthly fee to get discounts and services on products. That's why you go into Costco. There's absolutely really no markup in anything sold in a Costco. They run about 11% profit margin on that. Once you take the cover, you cover the overhead, you cover the employees. They make zero. You can look this up on Google. Costco makes zero on selling products. So when you go in Costco and buy something, they aren't making profits there. They're making the products on the memberships. And can you imagine if Costco had an affiliate compensation plan and were able to pay referrals on 200 million people that are paying $99 to $139 a year for that membership just to be able to shop at Costco? So what Ben Galinsky did is he figured this thing out and said, what if we did a membership? Boy, I don't have to sell these products that are done in every network marketing company. I'll fly through that real quick. Network marketing companies pay out commissions, and that commission comes from overpriced products. And Ben said, no, instead of selling this $12 bottle of product, we'll mark it up $1 or $2 so the company can remain healthy, but we'll let our members buy it at the wholesale cost. So now that same bottle that people are paying $69 for just to pay upline commissions, and only 3% of the people in this industry are making any real money, when 96% of people in this industry are not making money. And the majority of them aren't even to make enough for that monthly fee that they're paying out every month. Well, we've changed that. Folks, what we have here is where people can market this membership. People can go buy the highest quality nutritional products right now in the industry at the wholesale cost. So that same $12 bottle of pills, we can now sell them for, let's say, $13, $14, $15 to our members. We can even have a lower retail cost where you guys can make money on retail if you want to do that. Now, I'm not one to be out here trying to sell out the trunk of my car and any of that nonsense. We have absolutely no auto ship, so you buy a product when you want it, because you want it, if you want it. You do not have to buy a product every month. The only thing you maintain in this company is a $9.95 membership. That $9.95 membership will keep you in this program, meaning you can get paid for the rest of your life. Now, I understand this company, and I got so excited, I paid the yearly membership because I don't even want to pay the $9.95 a month. So I paid the yearly membership, saved 20%, $99.95 all in, paid up for the year. Well, I paid up for a year, and when it hit 15 months last month, I went in the back office, and I went in another year. That means I am literally paid up in this company for the next 2 years. Now, what does that actually mean? That means they could take me away right now, lock me up in jail, put away the keys, and every Thursday, I'm going to get paid, and there's going to be a direct deposit to my bank account. Now, what company on the planet can you do that in this industry? I don't know of one, because they all have a auto ship attached or some type of monthly fee. Mine is already paid up. You guys can do it if you want to. You can come in for the low of the $40 one-time affiliate fee, only $9.95 a month. And then if you ever want to later, once you figure this thing out and you want to do the yearly, you can always go out there and do that. You don't have to do it the day you join, anything like that. But guys, why am I so excited today? Why am I so fired up? Why am I so pumped up? Because everything Ben said is coming true. And I really saw something this morning that blew me away. Now, yesterday, first, well, let me cover this real quick. We'll go through this real quick. You got to keep your people plugged in. The first thing you want to do when you bring a new affiliate in this company is you make sure you plug them into the chat groups or one of the team groups. It doesn't even have to be your group. See, we have groups out there, the Spanish community. I don't speak a lick of Spanish, but if I get a person that speaks Spanish, you better believe I'm going to plug them in. I'm not worried about them getting stolen. I'm not cross-recruiting any of that stuff. And one thing I love about this company is everybody works together. See, we understand that when you go diamond in this company, you get a percentage of the entire gross revenue of everything in this company. I'm talking from t-shirts to caps. I'm talking every product from our coffee, our $18.95 coffee. That's all gross revenue. And 2.5% of that is taken out every month at you're being paid out to all of our diamonds. Then that comes in every month. Another thing in this company is you don't drop rank. Whatever rank you're qualified at on the last day of the month, you're paid for the entire month. I don't know of any company, because most companies you start at zero, and then you got to go reproduce that volume. And then you're dealing with 30% of everybody in your organization quitting every month. And you're sitting on the phone every single month at the end of the month begging people to buy product Why? So you can stay qualified. It's ridiculous. I've been through that grind. Yes, I've made a lot of money. Dad said I've made millions of dollars, but I always had to grind. It was never that promise that this industry promised Tim Miller 30 years ago. And that promise was true back-end, long-term residual income. That's what we all want. That's the dream. That's the goal. Not fast start money, not making quick licks here and there. No. You want to get where you're getting paid, whether you get out of bed or not. And I can tell you with this company, LiveGood, I've been with 15 months. I don't have to do a Zoom. I don't have to hop on these calls. I don't have to do any training. I don't have to do anything. I could walk away and I'm going to get a check every Thursday that continues to grow because I couldn't slow this company down if I wanted to. But right now we are what I call, we're in pre-momentum, because here's what's happening. Not only do we have all of these new products dropping over the next 90 days, if you look in your back office, just yesterday, you can now go in your back office, yours. And I saw a lot of people yesterday, and I actually ignored it when people said, I can't find it. I can know. Go in your back office. And when you get back there, you got a button that says conference calls, or it says meetings. Go to that. You can actually pull up all of the corporate calls, and you can pull them up and watch videos of every call. So they've taken them off of YouTube. They're all in your back office. That's another enhancement that we didn't even, and I didn't even know was dropping. Ben just turned it on. See, we don't have to wait for an annual corporate convention to get new products or to hear their announcements or to hear about new compensation. No, we drop it like it's hot when it's ready to go. So you're going to start seeing products hitting that back office left and right. To get all the information, just make sure you stay plugged in. Go in that back office, read your emails from corporate, get in that back office, figure it out. Click each tab back there. Just don't hit that button that says cancel, okay? Other than that, go for that back office. But again, why am I so excited? I'm going to turn this call over, but I'm super excited. I can go. Listen to me. This industry now are wide open, and they can't keep LiveGood out of their mouths. You see, the first year of this company was tough because we had to fight. We had to fight because we had owners. We had network marketers. We had attorneys in this industry that were making posts and coming at us saying, oh, that's illegal. That's not going to last. Oh, Ben's not going to keep the company. He's going to turn around and sell it. And we had to deal with the products or white label. And that's
Tim, you muted out, brother. We lost you.
all right. Am I back?
Yep, there we go.
It does that when people come on. Guys, let me tell you something. The true champions understood it, and we kept fighting, and we had to deal with that stuff. But see, that was in the beginning phase. Everybody says, I wish I would have got in when you get there. No, you didn't, because most people don't have the tenacity or the tough skin to deal with what we were dealing with. But the believers that had the vision and understand the mission of this company to help people save money, to help people make money without going broke. That's this company. That's LiveGood. And we believed, and we kept fighting. And here we are, 1.2 million members worldwide. We are the fastest growing company in the history of business. Folks, we have put in more people than Amazon did their first year. We have put in more people than Costco did that first year. Do you see where I'm headed with this? And again, remember what I said, we're not a nutrition company, because we're going to start dropping products like it's hot. And there's a company out there, I'm not going to mention that in their name, begins with an M, it sounds like Melaleuca. They're big, but they're expensive, their products. But they're known for their health good, their natural cleansing products. Guys, we're dropping cleansing products in LiveGood. And can you imagine when we go out into the marketplace, 60, 70, up to 85% cheaper than our closest competitor? Do you understand what's going to happen? But what blew me away the most was today, because let me tell you guys a little dirty secret about this industry. When you go to posts like business from home, those are paid ads. Companies pay these companies thousands of dollars to make posts. Okay? It's not real. It's called paid advertising. It's not real. It's fake. I hate it when I see it, and I know when I see it. Ben Galinsky will not pay for ads. We don't need to. The facts are the facts. Yes, we've 1.2 million people doing almost $15 million a month in just 15 months. People are making money in this company. whether they hit bronze and they're breaking even and they're in profit, or people like myself that are making in upwards of $100,000 a month. Now, what company can you do that in this quickly? But it's not about me. You see, I could join any network marketing company in this industry because of who I am and the people I know and the relationships I built, and I would make money because I could sign a lot of people up fast. But I hated it. I've been there. It wasn't about me. It's when my people aren't making money, when the team isn't making money. They aren't going to last forever. And again, that's what takes away the back end residual, because to get back in long-term residual in network marketing, you need, I hope you're taking notes, residual income. To make residual, you have to have people staying on the books. You have to have retention. And the retention rate in this industry is devastating. Devastating. It's a fact. This is not Tim Miller numbers. These are facts. Did you know in all these companies, you're building a bucket that's full of holes. The water flows out because the turnover rate. The average network marketer will only stay in a company up to 90 days before they quit. That's horrible. So every month, even as a leader, you're still building. You never get to where you can just truly walk away. In this company, our retention rate, write this down. Nobody can stand this. The average retention rate in this company is about 30%. In this country, is about 30% in this industry, month over month. The LiveGood retention rate to this date is running at 93%. That means 93% of the people that have joined LiveGood are paying their $9.95 month membership. If 93% month over month are people paying their membership, that means people are building residual income. No one quits LiveGood. That's why we can boldly tell people, if you want to work other opportunities, go for it. I don't have a problem with people working other opportunities. And I hate scams. And people get on me all the time because I'll post it. I'll call a scam out in a minute. I hate money games because I've seen the destruction that it's done to people. I've seen the destruction it's done to people's lives. And I have seen these what I call Ponzi pimps that go do the same game over and over, and people get hurt. But again, let me turn this over to Josh, but let me tell you why I'm excited. I told you this industry's been watching us, and we don't pay for any advertising. There's an organization out there called the Direct Selling Association. And companies in this industry, your Amways, your Mona V, your Mela Lucas, your big boys, pay memberships to be a part. And they have a convention every year. And it's like a clique of network marketing companies that pull their money together to protect the industry. They have lobbyists that go to DC, but you're talking the industry, okay? And a lot of people in this industry look to the DSA for information and safe information and legit information, not paid for advertising, any of that stuff, okay? Today, folks, the Direct Sales Association did an editorial on LiveGood. Listen to me closely. That means they posted an editorial that I posted in every group. Guys, you should be posting that thing, posting that link to that thing. The Direct Sales Association has publicly done an editorial online and put it out there and literally praised LiveGood and literally said in that editorial that LiveGood is doing it differently. And it literally in that editorial, it talks about Ben Galinsky and why he started LiveGood, because he was sick of seeing people not winning in the industry. He's paid out over $1 billion in this industry. He has owned some of the top companies in this industry, but he got burnt out. He walked away because he just didn't feel morally right to do it. And I just made a post today. You guys can grab it off my wall. Well, Ben Galinsky, when you think about this, just imagine. When you take owners that do it to help people and not for money. See, I don't want to talk about Ben and Ben's in what Ben earns and what Ben has, but Ben does not need LiveGood. Trust me. He's not one of these owners that are just greedy and want their private jets and their private yachts, and a few leaders in those companies make any money or the big money. Because half of the stuff you see on Facebook, I call it fake because it's fake as you can be. I could be Superman and Wonder Woman at the same time on Facebook. You can be all you can be, but the numbers don't lie, folks. That DSA post, let me tell you what's going to happen. All it's doing is giving credibility to us, to all the industry people. So now I'm telling you, these people in these other network marketing companies that we're destroying, some of them can barely stay in business because we've crushed them. Some of them companies have come to LiveGood and said, can you help us get rid of these products? And Ben says, no, we'll just create our own. And you better believe we're not just going to be doing nutrition. Amazon started with books. And look at them now. They sell everything under the sun. And there's going to be a day that LiveGood will be selling everything under the sun. And that's why Nader Kazan, our director of network marketing, did a post in the groups today that said, we are on fire. And in the next 5 years, we will have 10 million people in LiveGood. That's whether you're joining that. And I tell people all the time, whether you work Live or not, this bus is moving. You can either get on this bus, you can watch this bus, or you're going to get run over by this bus because LiveGood is moving anyways. And each and every one of you listening to my voice this morning, you are in front of that wave. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to rank up and bank up, or are you going to wait on the next announcement? Ben says it all the time. The best announcement a company can make is not waiting on announcements. Don't wait on the gummies. Don't wait on the enhanced compensation plan where we're going to add Royal Crown Diamond. Don't wait on us to build distribution centers where you want them. Yeah, it may take you, if you're in a country, it may take up 10 days for your product to come. Somebody was talking to me last night and said, we need a distribution center here. I was like, for what? Because it's taking 10 days to get product. So what? This is what you do. We have added auto ship back there if you want it, not mandatory. So if you say live in let's just say the Philippines, and it takes 10 days, or you live somewhere in Africa, it takes 10 days. Okay, no big deal. Everybody wants to make a big deal. I can't deal with it because it takes 10 days. No, all you do is get on the auto ship. That means your product's going to show up every 30 days. It has nothing to do with how long it takes. It may take the first delivery longer, the 10 days, whatever it is. And we're in the United States getting it a day or so. But I'm just saying, if you're in Africa and you do an order on the 1st and it arrives on the 15th, if you do your auto ship on the 15th of on the 1st of every month, your product's going to arrive on the 15th of every month. And you're ahead of it. So what's going to happen is, and I told everybody, and I'm sorry I'm going long, Josh, but I got to go. Listen, I told everybody, just run. Just run. Don't wait on that stuff. Just run. And some of them got it, some of them didn't. They were distracted. They were finding all the negative. But those that understood the mission, they understood we're saving people money. They understood we can make money. And they understood that we're doing it without getting people broke. We have the 3 fundamentals. Ease of entry, $9.95 a month, $40 one time for life. Ease of entry, quickness of pay. Get paid every Thursday by direct deposit. We also do every one of them Bitcoins or whatever. I don't use it, but we're set up. We've got the problem. We're even open in China where it's very hard to get where you can accept and send money. And China's blowing up if you've seen the back office. So we got quickness of pay, ease of entry, and the ability to earn long-term walk-away residual income. So I'm done, folks, this morning, but I want to encourage you. I want to inspire you. If you are not ranked, go get your 2. No excuses. And don't come to Tim Miller saying, oh, these people here, they don't get it. You know, I had a young lady last night, and I'm not talking about it, and she's like, yeah, these people in Australia just don't get it in the product. I said, well, then why do we have diamonds in Australia? Well, Tim, these people in Atlanta won't. I live in Atlanta. I'm a crown diamond. See, don't make excuses because who does not want to make money or save money without going broke? That's your market. And all we have to do is go out there and share it. Because guys, when we start rolling, we hit that 3 million, we hit that 10 million. I mean, it's just going to be a gravy train. And you're going to see checks compounded. You're going to see diamond. Ben called it, Josh, I promise to you, Ben said it on the call. And Ben doesn't miss. Ben does not miss. When a man said something, it happens. And he said within the next 2 years, the diamond bonus pool alone will be $10,000 or more per month. That's walkaway residual income. And it has to happen because of the growth of this company. We're sponsoring over 2,000 people per day are joining this company. Some companies in this industry don't bring in 2,000 people a month. Listen to this. We promoted just last week alone 2,800 bronzes. That means 2,800 people week over week over week. Okay. A new person is being promoted every 30 seconds in this company. That is insane. And in profit, when 94% to 96% of people don't make any money in any company in this industry, That's the numbers. And here we are producing the lowest level, 2,800 bronze is just getting 2 per week. And a bronze is broke even, doesn't have anything but a a $9.95 membership. No auto ship, doesn't have to buy product every month. Most people pay the yearly, so they have no monthly fees. Come on, guys. It's up to us to take it to them, because this company will do the 3 to 5 to 10 million. Hey, on that note, I just want to say God bless each of you. Let's rock and roll. Get plugged in. Get your people plugged in. When you get over here today, if you've signed people in this company, you haven't added them to a group or a chat, whoever it is, doesn't have to be Tim Millers. You may not like me, but that can be tough. Put them somewhere. I was showing a friend of mine today. I'm in probably 50, 60 groups. It takes me an hour to post to send you all the message to get on these calls. It's not easy. That's why I don't see how people work all these calls. I'm like, man, I couldn't do it because this absorbs my time and I got to help the people. And people are winning and we're just getting started. On that note, God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for hearing my rant this morning, but I am fired up. I'm ready to go. Desiree, I turn it back to you to introduce our special guest.
I think Desiree dropped off, so we'll just go ahead and jump in because she already had given us the introduction.
All right, there you go, buddy. It's all yours.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you. Oh man, Brittney and I are fired up for just what's happening. Like we can feel, it's kind of like we can feel just the ground rumbling. It's almost like before the volcano. Oh, Desiree, you popped in right there. Before the volcano erupts, we can feel the ground just rumbling and LiveGood, and it's exciting. But with that, how you're going to feel that, here's what I'll tell you. If you're not on fire, then your wood is wet. That's just the facts. If you're not on fire, somebody has to French, I don't know, sorry, I'm multitasking here. If you're not on fire, then your wood is wet, and you're not plugged in. It's so vital to be plugged in and just show up. If you will, I'm not good at stuff. I'm just not. I'm not like, I haven't been the fastest in this space. I haven't done things the quickest. But what I'm really good at is showing up. I just show up. And I show up and I show up and I show up. And that's what we did. That's what we did when we got started in the industry. And that's what we still do today. We show up. And what we found is that when we will show up, when we will consistently show up, people start to know our name. We get to love on people. And over time, our business has grown. And just because we show up, just because we love on people, just because we get in people's lives. That's what it's about. I'll never teach you how to be an internet marketer or how to create a false persona on social media to make people think that you're Superman and Superwoman at the same time or whatever. I'll never teach none of that stuff. I'll teach you how to love on people. I'll teach you how to speak real. I'll teach you how to have a backbone. I'll teach you how to have to grow. I'll recommend books. Let me tell you, when Brittney and I got started in this space, it was not, man, I was a broke cop. Our marriage was struggling, but we were hungry for something better. And so I was willing to do, in the beginning of this, Desiree talked about she was willing to do things that others wouldn't do. Well, that's where I was. I was willing to do things that I either hadn't done or others just wanted to do, right? And for example, when my mentors recommended books, I read books. And at first I thought it was kind of stupid, but I was like, man, this guy's telling me to read this book and I want to get better. I want to be a better person. So I started having to rewire this. Look, I'm a foster kid from Southern Illinois. Like this thing was not wired up properly. I grew up in foster care. I got 12 siblings, 6 of which are biracial. I grew up very, very, very with a different mind of thinking. And so I had to work on this thing to rewire just how I think, because how I think would determine the decisions I made, and the decisions I made ultimately determined the outcome of my life. And so with that being said, when my mentor said, hey, read books, I was like, well, sounds stupid, but I'll do it. And then I started to notice, dang, these books are changing the way I look at the world and changing the way I think and changing the way I talk to people and changing. And I started to notice that as I grew, if you don't know the law of the leadership lid, you will only attract, you have a lid. You have a lid on you, and you will only attract and be able to attract people that are at an equal or lesser lid. That's just the facts. And so you have to increase that lid by increasing this thing. And what you will start to notice is you attract more people. You attract people who are at a higher leadership lid. And so I just was committed to showing up in the fact that I read books and worked on this thing and just developed my mind. So just so I know that you guys are plugged in today, just so I know that you are showing up, do me a favor and comment in the chat, show up. Just so I know that you're plugged in and you're involved and you're really hearing, and this is sinking in. Be willing to show up, be part of what we're doing here. And if you will, I love it, blow that chat up, show up. I love it. Thank you guys. You're hearing my voice, because if you will say, look, I'm just going to show up, like I don't have things figured out. I'm learning this along the way, but I'm going to show up. And sometimes that means showing up on a Zoom call to be on it for an hour and a half on a Saturday morning, and really let what somebody who's already paved the way speak life into us. And sometimes that means showing up in Vegas so we can get around people and rub shoulders. Let me tell you, my belief in LiveGood was already strong, but being at Vegas, I mean, it skyrocketed through the roof. And then I'm going to talk about my favorite person in the whole world, my better 90% Brittney, because Brittney doesn't move as fast as me. Brittney don't do things as quick as me. Brittney don't get sold out as quick as me. Brittney is more reserved with things. That's just how she is. And so while my belief in LiveGood has been up there, and Vegas, I mean, put it through the roof by showing up. My belief in LiveGood went through the roof. Not because, hey, let me tell you, this was not a corporate convention or any fancy thing. It was the most genuine. It was just, okay, I believe in the people of what we're doing here. Getting around everybody in Vegas made me, I see faces on here right now. Gisela, there you are. I see you smiling, and got to hug this lady from Spain, and she's traveling all over the freaking place to show up. And it's just special because we get off of Zoom and we get into one another's lives. And when we get into one another's lives, we start to realize, man, I'm part of a mission that is so much greater than me, that's bigger than me. We are in this together as a team, building something and changing the industry. And Tim already touched on the DSN, or the Direct Selling Association, and their news thing is the DSN, Direct Selling News, doing the article on us. Let me tell you, they are a hoity-toity organization. A lot of people think that they are like a government entity, and they're not. But a lot of people in the industry think that they're like some kind of government entity, and what they say is gospel. And so a lot of companies literally go to them and pay to be part of the Direct Selling Association, and we don't do that stuff. Yet they can't ignore us. They can't ignore what we're doing and the change that we're making, because it's genuinely good. So with that, I wanted to talk about my better 90% and just what I've seen just since Vegas. And this is why I say showing up is so important, because just since Vegas, I've watched my wife. Let me tell you, you guys, if you think for 1 minute that I am a strong leader, you ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing. When my wife soars, it's game over. When my wife gets sold out, but it takes her longer to get sold out. I'm telling you that. But when my wife gets sold out, it's game over. She is an absolute warrior woman and will run through walls whenever she's sold out. But it's like I said, it takes longer. It's taken time. And after Vegas, by just her showing up, I have watched her passion. I see her nose getting red. So that's always a good sign. But I've watched her passion go through the roof. I've watched her fire begin to just burn. And it excites me, because I'm like, man, we're walking in our passion again. That's something that we've missed for a long time in this space. We used to have that, and we haven't had it for, man, a long time. Yeah. Brittney and I, when we got started in the industry, she was a slower roller. That's just the reality. And she found her passion in what we did. We were with a company called Advocare, and we were proud of that. And I mean, that company was very like Advo strong. We are Advocare. Like there was a community and culture, and it was embedded into that company and the people, and it was very special. And when that company was forced to restructure because they were a front load company and the FTC don't like that, that really killed that. And so in 2019, that caused us to just not have that fire for all this time. And so I'm starting to see it. I've seen it in my life happening, and it's just exciting because we're living in our passion. And when you find yourself living in your passion, man, it makes this thing so easy. And it's not about us making buku bucks, because I'm gonna be honest with you, we don't make more right now in LiveGood than we made in Advocare. We just don't. But it's not about that, not yet. It's not about that. It's about the fact that we're getting to walk out what we love to do, and that's investing in people, and that's making a difference, and that's helping people get healthy, that's helping people stay healthy, and that's helping people do it in an affordable way here in LiveGood, because there's no gotchas. There's no overpriced products or whatnot. And with that, what you got?
Well, I said that's not what I mean, originally that's what we got into the industry for in the first place. It wasn't about money. So it was just about helping people. I mean, initially it was about making a little bit of money, but it wasn't about making buku bucks, right? It was about being able to pay for a truck payment and stuff like that. And so when we were able to achieve, the extra $500 a month, like that's what our goal was. So anything beyond that, that wasn't, what we were looking for. And so we fell in love with helping people and the passion of helping people. And that's the same thing we get to do here in LiveGood, is helping people, just be able to do everything. And of course, yes, I got fired up. I loved Vegas very much. Loved spending time with Desiree. She's not my new ice cream buddy. I don't know if she's still on here, but I'm gonna have to travel around and eat ice cream with her everywhere. And we can still have ice cream. We have lean now, so we're able to, splurge a little bit. But and lean coming out definitely helped me as well, because I love helping people achieve their health goals. I love being able to encourage people just to be able to do more things because their health is better, right? I mean, in all reality, a lot of things that keep us down in this world is because our health is not great, right? We're not able to do the things that we truly want to do because our health isn't good. And so when we get our health right, then we can do a lot more things. We have more energy, we have more passion, just in general in life to do things. And so I love that. I don't know, where are you going, or you want me to train on something?
Well, the thing I was going to talk about is there's a couple stories, and one, if you guys haven't seen, so if I just want you guys to really see the big picture. I really want you to see what's happening and wrap your mind around it. And so look at the leaderboard. I remember when we got started, and the leaderboard, you don't have to be highly successful here. You don't have to be on the leaderboard. That doesn't define your success here. But what I'm talking about with this is the growth in the company. When we got started, to be like, if you got it to 55, that was my goal. Like I want to get on the leaderboard, right? So we get to bronze, we get to silver, gold, and then I was like, man, I need to get on the leaderboard. And so that was kind of my, and it was the top 100, the leaderboard was at that time. And I think you only had to be like 55 personal sponsored to make it there, 54 or 55. And that was, and we ultimately got there and was in that, and have since gone beyond that. But I've watched the leaderboard expand now to 200, 300, the top 200, the top 300. And now to be in the top 500, I mean, it's like 58 or 59, it might be 60 right now, to be in the top 500. So think, and that's in a year. That's in a year. Like, think about that. Wrap your mind around that level of growth. When we, a year ago, to be in the top 100, you only had to have 55 personal sponsored. Now, that doesn't even, I don't think, put you in the top 500. And my buddy Mike, that was his target too. Get on that leaderboard, get my name on that leaderboard. He's like, man, because one of the things I do like about the focusing on that as a target is you don't put pressure on other people then. And that's something I don't like doing. I don't like trying to get people to do anything that they're not going to do. I like just doing what I do because I can focus on what I do. And if people are going to come along, they're going to come along. And if they're not, they're not. And so that's one of the things I like about focusing on making that a target. And but my buddy Mike, that was his target too. And Mike's not someone who's been a top industry leader in the network marketing industry. Mike's been in construction his whole life. He's done very well in construction. His wife's been a homemaker, and they've become very good friends of ours in this, honestly, some of our best friends in this, in life, but because of this space that we met them. And it fires me up because Mike, I think he's in the top 300 somewhere, or 400 somewhere along there with 70 something. And to see his name on that leaderboard, that's the type of people that I'm like, man, that's the type of people who are just like, I'm willing to bring some work ethic to the table. I'm willing to work, not the people. I get so many of these hoity-toity top industry leaders that they frustrate me. Guys, I know some of them. I know some people who have literally made, I'm talking like 8 figures in this space. I know one that's made 9 figures in this space. I'm talking big money. And so many of them are the first question they ask me is like, how much money you making? Because their thought is, how much money can I make? Mm-hmm. That's the first thing they ask, and they miss the mission. And so I get frustrated with them. Well, I can't wait for them to start coming around. I'm gonna be honest with you. We got a lot of them on our team. We have some on our team who have made, 7 figures in this space, and they're just sitting there, and they're focusing on other things. They ain't really doing nothing here. They've enrolled a few people, and they got the ability to blow this thing up. And in time, they're going to. In time, they're gonna. But right now, they can make more money in other things. That's their mindset. And so it excites me because it gives me a vision for what's ultimately to come, big picture. We are such baby. I was just talking to somebody the other day, and he said, man, it'd be good if we had leadership events, and we had things like that. And he was thinking about companies that are, Amway's out there. Amway, I'm not going to take anything from them. They have incredible leadership. They have incredible, they've done big things in this industry. There's no denying it. People get great leadership growth or personal development by being part of that company. So I was talking to this guy, and he said, man, it'd be great if we had stuff like that. And I said, man, we're babies. We're a year in. It's time. You can't have, we just got the foundation in place. Mm-hmm. We're just now starting to put up the walls. Then we got to get the roof over our head. And then we'll start bringing the church in and working on those things. So I see those things, and they're going to come, but right now we got to build it. We got to build it. We got to build it so big, so strong that people are like, I am LiveGood. LiveGood is in me. LiveGood is in Brittney and I. It's so much more than I want to make some money. It's so much more than the mission that we are on and we are committed to, the lives that we know that will be impacted, long term. I'm not even talking about today. I'm not talking about even this year. I'm talking about 30 years from now. Some of us, hey, here's the truth. There's going to be people come and go, and it's disappointing, and I hate to see that. But there's going to be some of us that said, you know what, I rode this thing out. There's going to be some of us that said, you know what, I was here long term, and you're going to look back and you're going to be like, man, I've made so many friends. You're going to share stories. Here's what your stories are going to look like. Some of you, you're going to say, man, LiveGood paid for my daughter's wedding. LiveGood paid for I just didn't quit. I just kept going. I'm talking 30 years from now. You're going to say LiveGood has been the safety net that we have always had. That's going to be your story. 30 years from now, you're going to look back and you're going to be sharing that story. I kept plugging away. Just don't quit and live good. That's going to be your story. The story is going to be, man, I mean, live goods. I've made hundreds of millions. That will be the story for some. But the stories that I can't wait to hear are the people who say, you know what, I am live good. I've been part of it. This has allowed my family that safety net, that cushion that we have needed. And we're going to look, and if you can put yourself there in your mind and look back, like put yourself there, like I think too oftentimes it's so easy to get caught up in the here and now. It's so easy to get caught up in the moment and, oh, this ain't working. Oh, shipping is this. Oh, I wish we had this product. Oh, look, Ed Bestoso, if you don't know who that is, he's the top earner. He's one of the top earners in the entire industry. He's the top earner ever in the company. Tim mentioned Mel Luca. I know Ed. Ed knows me. And Ed got started in that company when it was like a 4-year-old company. And now it's like a 40-year-old company. And he just stuck it out and kept going and kept going. And while that company, I disagree with some of the things they have, nobody can deny that they've been a very successful company. Put yourself there and live good. We're better. Well, number one, we got better products. We don't have the stipulations. We don't have all the, we just don't have anything negative here. Now put yourself in that 30 years from now. What's your live good story going to look like? Is it going to look like, oh, I was in that thing when it got started and then I let it go? Or is it going to look like, oh, I've been in live good all along. I've saved great money, which is still great. Is it going to look like, I would imagine if you're on this call, you probably want a little bit more than to save a few dollars. Is it going to look like, man, that's paid for my daughter's wedding. That's paid for my kid to go to college. That's paid for whatever it may be. Is it going to look like, man, that's transformed my whole life? So as you get caught up in the moment, in the here, the now, wow, this thing is on fire and we're rolling and you're doing the work right now. And there's going to be frustrations. Don't use the word frustration. Just turn it around and call it fascination. I like to turn the F from frustration into, that's fascinating. Instead of I'm frustrated, I like to say, that fascinates me. And while there's fascinations and frustrations and all those things, big picture, when you look back in 30 years, what's your live good story going to be? Okay, that's all I got. Go ahead, Mom.
Well, I'm going to, I guess, reiterate, Desiree brought it up, what I trained on yesterday. So if you missed the Firestarter Friday call, and you haven't gone back and watched it, I'm going to talk a little bit about what I talked about there. Movement versus action, because a lot of people get those two things confused. And I understand how you can get them confused. There's times when I have to check myself and ask myself, am I doing more movement than I am doing action? So it's not like you're doing something wrong. It's just you need to ask yourself the question and maybe reevaluate how you're doing things if you want to get somewhere you haven't been before. And so a lot of things, that are movement that you do here in Live Good or in the industry altogether, and maybe you've done it before in other things. And maybe that's where you need to change because you're getting the same results, is you're doing a lot of things like creating lists and making, tons of flyers and watching tons of training videos, like jumping on these Zoom calls. And it's great to jump on these Zoom calls, but you still have to apply action, right? And doing all the things, but not actually inviting people to check out what you're doing. And so that's the only action that there is here. That's the only way you're going to actually get to the goals that you set for yourself, is if you invite people to check out Live Good. If you invite people, like, you're not going to ever get anywhere doing all the other things. Those things are great, but you might want to take a step back and maybe think, let's put those at the bottom of the list of things to do and just start reaching out to people. And when I get into the rhythm of reaching out to people and helping people, then I can throw in those other things, right? Like, then I can make some fancy flyers and shout out my team members, or, make some graphics about the coffee, and all those things are cool. But if you're not inviting people, then it's not really going to get you anywhere. It doesn't matter how many flyers you make and how many, lists you make and how many Zooms you jump on and all those things if you're not actually doing the action. And so that's where those two go hand in hand. And I love that Desiree, when she first started, she was talking about how back in the day when she had goals and she was trying to sneak throughway phone calls and all those things. And Josh and I came from the world of throughway phone calls. Like that was it. So I completely understand where she's coming from. And in my mind, when people reach out to me, and LiveGood and they're frustrated or fascinated, and they can't get anywhere, and, I don't know what to do and all these things. And I'm always like, man, like you would have never made it back then because of all the stuff that we had to do. Like we had to do three-way phone calls, which took 30 minutes to 45 minutes, and we had to do in-home events and all those things. We don't have to do that here in LiveGood. It's really literally reaching out to people and asking them to watch a 5-minute video. Like everybody has 5 minutes, right? Like it's hard to get people to jump on the phone for 30 minutes. It's hard to get people to jump on the phone at all. People don't even like to talk on the phone these days, so having them watch a 5-minute video, like that's like super simple. Like you're not asking people to take 30 minutes out of their day or travel to an in-home event so they can check out something. Like just do the action of reaching out to people. Like set a small goal of reaching out to 5 people each and every day, like in the little pockets of the time that you have. Like I know that you have 5 minutes to send 5 messages before you go to bed, or while your child's taking a bath, or on your lunch break at work. Like there is time to just reach out to people, and all the other stuff will come if you have time for that, but you have to do the actual steps and the actual things. And so another thing I was going to talk about is, in all reality, in LiveGood, we have 3 different types of people. And the first 2 people that I'm going to talk about are the people that you should be, right? You have to choose. You've got people on your team, and it's a choice of yours. You can be number 1 with the product user, right? People that love the products, they're here in LiveGood, they have a membership, they love the products. They might be an affiliate, but they're primarily love the products, right? And they're going to order products and use them and just enjoy what LiveGood has to offer them forever, right? And then there's number 2, and that's the go-getters. And I'm assuming that's most of the people on this call, because you're on this call wanting to learn and take time out of your Saturday. And they're the go-getters. They're the people that are wanting to do this. They're going to put action, behind their work. They're going to look at everything as glass half full. They're going to figure out a way. They're going to, change up the way they're doing things. They're just going to go after it. They're going to feel the excitement. They're going to show up at events, all those things, right? There's the first one and the second one, and you got to pick which one do you want to be, because there's that third one and you don't want to be in the third one. And that's the people that are the complainers, the people that, want to know why their matrix hasn't filled up. They want to know, why, they can post something, they post on social media and nobody answers their things and all those things, right? And those are the people you don't want to be. So if you catch yourself being number 3, like where you're complaining or you're trying to figure out why you aren't, or you're comparing yourself to somebody else, take a step back and make the choice. Like, is in my life right now not a time for me to be building LiveGood, and I need to choose to be a number 1 and just love LiveGood where it's at and be a product user and come back to it when I'm ready? Or are you going to choose to be a number 2, right? And you're just going to be a go-getter. You're going to figure this out and you're going to win. Like, you got to choose. Are you going to be a number 1 or a number 2? I'm hoping everybody on this call is a number 2. So yeah.
Sweet. So in closing and in wrapping this up, and it might take a few more minutes, you never know. I just have to say, anytime I talk to anybody and I train anybody, I want to leave them with value. I want to leave them with something that they forever say, all right, I remember this because like it set in, it sank in, and this one's, I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you to go a little bit deep. At the beginning of this, I talked about rewiring the 6 inches between my ears, right? Working on those 6 inches between my ears, and being intentional about that. So I'm going to challenge everybody on this call, and please, please, please take me up on this challenge, because I'm going to tell you, there's 122 people on this call. If everybody on this call takes me up on this challenge, and locks out what they'll learn from this challenge that I'm about to give you, man, a year from now, LiveGood's going to have 10 million members because it don't take much. Here's another thing I'll tell you. The few will lead to the many. Always know that. The few will lead to the many. It does not take, the power of one is insane. The power of one is insane. It don't take a million to get a million. It takes a few, just a few. And so the few will ultimately lead to the many. And how far will your yes ultimately travel because of that? Something I always think about is, how far can I make my yes travel? How far will your yes travel? How far can you make your yes travel? With that, so here's the challenge that I want to give each and every one of you. This week, before next Saturday, you could do it today. But before next Saturday, there's a book. I just recommended it to a couple people the other day. It's called The Jackrabbit Factor. So people, if you will, blow that up in the chat. The Jackrabbit Factor. The Jackrabbit Factor. You can actually get it at jackrabbitfactor.com. Absolutely free. It won't cost you a penny. There's a PDF version for it. It's absolutely free for you to read. Or you can just go to YouTube and type in Jackrabbit Factor, and the whole audio version of the book is there. It's like 3 hours long, and you can listen to the book. So here's the challenge that I'm going to give you. I'm going to, and just trust me on it. Just take me up on it and just be like, all right, I'm just going to do what Josh, I'm going to just try and read. I remember when Heath Francis was his name. He told me, well, Josh, it was February of 2015. He said, Josh, you need to start reading books. My wife laughed. She said, he ain't going to read no books. What? And I was like, I took that as a challenge because I'm like, she don't think I'm willing to read. So I was like, okay, I'll read books. And I thought, man, this guy's crazy. Why does he want me to read these books? Like, this is goofy. And I was like, whatever, I'll read the doggone books. And so I started reading the books that he recommended, and my wheels started turning different, and I started growing, and I started thinking different, and I started noticing that I started attracting people differently. Mm-hmm. And I started actually repelling people that probably weren't productive in my life, which is a good thing. And so my challenge to each of you, before next Saturday, and if you can do it today, do it today. And if you want, you can make a post about it and tag me in it. I'm fine with that too. I love that stuff. But my challenge to you is to read or listen to The Jackrabbit Factor, because that book will give you so much value and teach you such a powerful lesson. It'll serve you very well in what we're doing here. It'll serve you very, very, very well in what we're doing here. And so that's the value that I want to leave each of you with, because your mind will stretch so much today. Again, you can get it for completely free. I'll never charge you for anything. Everything I teach, train, all that stuff, I always give for free. Like, I don't do the whole, you got to pay. I'm not even with books, I try to get them for free. The books I recommend, I try and have a place for them, for people to get them for free. And at jackrabbitfactor.com, you can get it for free on PDF, or you can go to YouTube and just search Jackrabbit Factor. It's like, again, like 3 hours long. You can listen to it. So that's the value I got for you today. Hopefully that adds something. I just want to say I'm incredibly grateful to be on this. Yes, thank you, Ron. I see you, brother. You got it pulled up. I'm incredibly grateful to be on this mission with each of you. Like, understand the value of that. Understand what we are in together. Understand that we ain't just making money. We ain't just selling people on something. Like, we are it is so special to be part of LiveGood. We are a family. We are on a mission together. Like, we are going to do life together. We are going to make memories together. We are going to experience cruises together. I'm going to see many of your children grow up over the years together. We are going to do life together because of this vehicle of LiveGood that is bringing us together. We're going to grow together. We're going to have bonds together. We're going to fight, go through struggles together. We're going to experience things. We're going to experience illnesses together, and we're going to support one another through it. There's going to be so many things that as a LiveGood family, we grow through together. It's going to be so special. And I'm just so grateful to be on this mission with each and every one of you as we build this and we strengthen it and we impact lives and we make our yes travel to make a difference. Man, I'm just grateful. Thank you guys for listening, taking the time to listen to my voice. I'm a nobody from Southern Illinois. I'm a former foster kid that just is passionate about making a difference. I just didn't want to be a statistic. I just didn't want to be a statistic because statistics said, oh man, you're gonna be in prison. You're gonna be dead. You're gonna be on drugs. And I said, no, I'm not. I'm gonna be a cop. And so I pursued that. And today, and then that took more of a toll on my family than it was worth. And today I get to walk out a passion of making a difference, a passion of impacting people, a passion of walking it out just because I've showed up. So thank you for listening to me today. Thank you for listening to my Better 90%. I'm grateful to be on this with each and every one of you. It's special. With that, I think I'm going to pass it back. You got something else?
Nope. I was just going to say thank you guys. We are Team Live Good. So if you need anything from us, we are here for you. No matter whatever it is, if it's business related, if it's not business related, we are here as a family to help you guys. So.
Yep. All right, back to you. Desiree she's not a co-host, so I think I can unmute her though, actually, so she can take over. I'm going to pass it to Desiree.
Hey, Josh.
Oh, yes, sir.
Hey, let me ask you, because a lot of people just don't know what to do, just want the basics, the groundwork. Your talk today was just incredibly awesome, great value. But I know you have a website that people can go to and kind of get off to a fast start. And I'm really talking to the few people that are just getting started. They get on these calls, they just don't know what to do. And you guys have an awesome getting started link, and you're welcome to give it out.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. I should have said that. I always want to I've laid that out there for that reason. That way I don't have to just repeat the same exact training over and over. BuildLG.com, BuildLG.com. And we've laid out a guide there. Brittney and I keep that guide up to date. Like if links change or anything like that, we update that guide. Again, it's completely free. There's no catches. There's no gotchas. There's no, I got to sign up for anything no. And look, it's nothing fancy. It's just a guide. It's just a guide. It's Build LG. I know it's showing up building will, your auto type will change. Your autocorrect will change that. It's buildlg.com. It's just a Google document. And I've laid out some verbiage. Look, if you have a better system, feel free to use it. If your system works better, feel free to use your system if it's working better. But the process that we've laid out is a very duplicatable system that works that anybody can do, that will just bring a little bit of elbow grease and work ethic. Mm-hmm. So if you are like, if you say, you know what, I just need to know, like I have no clue what to do. If you go to buildlg.com, we've laid out step by step, and there's links to YouTube videos that teach cold marketing on Facebook. There's links to YouTube videos that teach just social media marketing in general. There's links to groups to be plugged into. That's the guide. So when I get started, every single person that I get started, I send them a welcome video, a 7-minute welcome video, which is in that buildlg.com guide. And I also send them that guide, buildlg.com, because that guide is a basic guide. Now, if people say, you know what, I also want to do this, I want to do that, and they're good at that, then great. But that guide gives a basic layout. It gives some verbiage. And if you got better verbiage, use that. But for people who are like, I remember when I got started, the reason I laid that guide out is because when I got started in this space, I was literally getting on the phone with my mentor, and I had a pen and paper, and I'm like, all right, Heath, his name was Heath. I said, all right, Heath, tell me what you would say to people. And I'm like on the phone, and I'm like writing down what he would say to people. And so that's why I built that guide. Because again, over the years, I've gotten better at what I say and how I communicate with people. And I've gotten better at that. I've gotten better with that, but I needed some kind of basis to get started from. And so that's why I've created that guide at buildlg.com, so that people have some kind of basis to say, all right, this is how I get started. I've explained in that guide why we add people to the Live Good Products testimonial group, why we have our Life Changers group that we put just value things in. I've explained it all in that guide. So absolutely. So yep, thank you for bringing that up, Tim. I should have talked about that. Okay, take it over, Desiree. You're awesome. Thank you, guys.
Oh no, you guys are awesome. You said it all. Listen, guys, y'all know what I'm going to tell you. Go, first of all, and just say that you will do and take the challenge. Put that in the chat right now, letting Josh and Britt know that what they just said is not going to go in vain. We're up for the challenge, and just say, we'll do. And then after you put that in the chat, I want to see the chats going off. And then after you put that in the chat, we got to give it up, guys. We got to give them the fire that this couple deserves. They were awesome. They're phenomenal. I mean, I'm just so happy that we have them on our team. And I couldn't, you know what, Josh, you said it in the nutshell. You got so many people that say, I wish we had this. I wish we had that. Hey, we are all in the beginning phase and we're just building. Let's just build. Forget about what you wish we had, because we got enough. We have enough in our back offices. We have enough tools. And as you can see, we've already are over 1.2 million people. So the things that we already have is actually working. You just have to go to work and make it happen. And I love what you said, Josh, about that. We will see each other's kids and grandkids. And because you know why? The reason why we will see each other's kids and different things is because we don't plan on going in anyway. Live Good gotta leave us before we leave Live Good. I can guarantee you that. So what this is doing for so many people, guys, and I have people on my team that are making so much, like they're making money and really haven't even really gotten started with this yet. And I just want, if that's you guys, if you're making any type of money just from being here, from whatever it is, go out and be kind to people and just share that link. I mean, just share the link. That's all it is. We're sharing the link. But I just want you guys put the fire in the chat for Britt and Josh. You are phenomenal. And we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. But let's take that challenge. And I appreciate you guys. We will see you all back here at 12. And there is an event coming up, as everybody has been promoting it on their walls for Miami. Whether you're coming or not, promote the event, because you're helping the Hispanic community, you're helping other people's business. And guys, go out here and support people's walls. Go out and if you're on social media, give people a thumbs up, like, comment, just always be supportive of all your social media buddies out there. And anybody that's liking, try to go back on their wall, just keep giving everybody that uplift to their algorithm and help them out. And that's all I want to say, guys. If everybody gets an applause, whether you are promoted this week or not, everybody gets a turn, and your turn is coming soon as well. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up, and I'm going to say we'll see you back here next Saturday or any other calls that's in between. Check your back office. The webinars will give you all of the corporate webinars, and Josh and Britt have also laid out the foundation on, and I was trying to put the build LG.com, and yes, be careful because it will switch up on you several times. It's done it to me. I hate that smart.
Hey, Des.
Yes.
Yeah, real quick. I don't have all the information, but I will be watch the groups in the chats on Monday evening. If you know anyone that's Hispanic and speaks Spanish, we have a huge call Monday night. Everybody is invited, doesn't matter what team, upline, success, none of that nonsense. Everybody's invited. All your guests are invited. I will be the special guest on that Zoom, and they will have an interpreter there. So we're going to rock and roll, and that's going to be Monday evening. So again, get everybody plugged in because that's where we leave a lot of information in those chats and groups. Back to you, Des.
Okay, great. You've heard it best. Yes, and that's a big call, and it's been growing. So whether you can speak Spanish or not, that's a call that you can go ahead and plug people in to that call and build your business that way. So again, buildlg.com. Welcome your guests in, and buildlg.com. He's laid it out for us. And I'm so glad you did that, because again, it just helps everybody you know, with this mission that we're all on, and we're all busy, we're talking to people, but you want to make sure that the people that you are talking to, that you're able, once they're plugged in, you can plug them into that buildlg.com community. And that way people can see things that you may not be able to give them that instruction. But Josh and Britt have done a great job with doing that. So thank you again for laying that out for the team. Appreciate you guys. So with that, let's all open up the lines, say fire in the chats for Britt, Josh, Tim Miller, and we're going to say goodbyes or see you later until